Welcome to another paranormal news. People, we're here to have a good time. We're going to have a great time. We got our guest Connor from work. So his boss is out. So he's having some fun while the boss is out. We all do it. We know it. But we know next time that he doesn't pop on, we're going to call his workplace because that was a recommendation for Chad Smith saying, where the hell is him? We should call his workplace and get on. Who cares about everybody else? But beyond that, guys, we're going to have a good time. We're going to be jumping into the world news, but today's world news is going to be what I'm going to say. That's the world news for today. So let's get to it.
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty will know. Scotty has to know. Scotty's gonna know. I'm gonna tell Scotty. Gonna tell myself. And Scotty has to know. Scotty has to know. Scotty has to. Scotty has to. Scotty has to go. Scotty doesn't.
All right. Now, everybody, we're going to talk about world news because there's something that I got to say. I gotta get some things off my chest. And sometimes the best thing to do is talk to the people you love the most. People in the chat, you got Connor. Now, what am I going to say? We live in a weird world that we all know Bigfoot, paranormal, UFOs. We know that Mandela effects. It's all looked down. It's all looked down. And have you guys ever tried, for the hell of it, one day, just try it, watch Fox News and CNN News for, 4 hours or something, just to test yourself out. And you want to talk about part of people's depression is watching those news channels like that. Because I do it from time to time, right? Like when I watch local news, I watch it for the weather and I try to get the traffic because I do a lot of driving. So I get the traffic. I get what I need and I get out. But when you watch the news for long periods of time, it is such depression. It just kicks you down. And then, I appreciate the local channels that do the Bigfoot talks and the paranormal. And that's why I do this channel, the show, because I like to show some of those local news that does it. And sometimes a major channel will, and I will show it. I'm not going to be prejudiced enough where, well, that's on Fox News. I'm not going to show it. If they talk about it, I'm going to show it. But, sometimes people used to bash when I use the word paranormal news now, but I used to use the word breaking news. And I would get a lot of kickback saying that's not breaking news. This ain't breaking news. That's not breaking news. What, so the words is what is technically breaking news, right? So over the weekend, I was seeing it. I was just curious, what's the flavor out there? And we know the stuff that's going on around the world. I'm not going to get into the politics of that kind of stuff. But Fox News had this breaking news on the bottom. Breaking news. Every time you watch CNN or Fox News, breaking news. Fox does it a lot, right? And I'm like, okay, what is this breaking news? Is it something that's going to change somebody's life or something? Is this like life-changing? Did somebody get killed or not? And I swear you not. I wish I had a camera. The breaking news on a freaking Fox News was the Kardashians going to Hulu. You sit there in disbelief. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? The Kardashians on Hulu? That's breaking news? And people mock the Bigfoot stuff and people mock the paranormal. But let's just say this. Say I have a choice of two kind of breaking news. Say Connor's on a research. He's out in the woods. He finds a couple footsteps. What maybe, blood or some kind of DNA that could be there, right? Right, guys? And I have a choice to show true reality of something. Connor or Kardashians? Let's look at the difference here. If you look at the Kardashians, can you live the lifestyle as the fucking Kardashians? Only 2% of the world lives in silver spoons and gold spoons like they do. They tribute nothing to the world. Absolutely nothing. All they tribute is plastic faces, $10,000 makeups, stuff that for you would never ever be able to do. Now, there's one or two that are able to make it in life. I'm not talking about making it in life. I'm talking about their level, millionaires, which technically they were born with silver spoons in their mouth. They didn't make it on their own. They all had gold and silver spoons in their mouths. And especially, come on, Kardashian, come on, Kim. She got big because she had something in her mouth. But beyond that, we'll get away from that part. Connor, him finding a footprint could change stuff in life, change the way we think of a Bigfoot out in the woods. Or say Amherst Paraworld found some great evidence of ghosts really existing, which we know they do. What does that prove? That proves that our energy does go somewhere in life. That's life-changing. What if Chad Smith here, he's in the chat, what if Chad Smith this weekend in North Carolina finds a UFO that's from another planet, landed? Talk about life-changing, right? If you look at the Man of Steel movie, one of the things that Kevin Costner tells the future Superman is people are not ready for this yet. Once they're ready for it, they're not going to understand. They're not going to understand the guy. But the thing is, if Chad finds a UFO, that is pure life-changing. Kardashians is not life-changing. That's make-believe life. Purely make-believe life. 100% make-believe life. Now, why is Connor not make-believe life? Why is Amber not make-believe life? Why is Chad Smith not make-believe life? Because we could all do it. We could all go out in the woods. We don't have to be millionaires. We don't have to, you don't have to have a silver spoon. But you have to be born with a silver spoon. You could all do it. Now, I know some people will say, well, Eric, you got to be trained. Yeah. Trained. We all know that. That's common sense. You got to be trained in the woods. You got to be trained. Ghost hunt. We get that. Experience. That's valuable. But what I'm getting at is you could do it. So when I think of a breaking news, I think of breaking news that could change somebody's life. Some kid could watch Connor like, oh my God, I want to find a footprint. I want to find a UFO. And you can look up. You can't live the life of a Kardashian unless you're one of the 2%. You just can't. And they sell this shit to people to think you are them. And then people say, oh, Kim, she's so hard. She works so hard. She got her law. She passed the law exam. What a great woman. Really? What about the woman who doesn't have a husband, who has 3 kids, living in a 1-bedroom apartment that has to put food on the table, one missed paycheck, and then her whole future's career? She pays people to watch stuff. She has money to do whatever she wants. Well, she has all these companies. A lot of these people who own these companies, they're never even there. They're major shareholders, but they don't have to be in every single board meeting. So people like them have opportunities that we just don't have. So what I'm trying to say is, Fox News, seeing it, they sell you plastic. They sell you stuff that it's not realistic. It's not realistic. People like you in the chat, I see S4 talk about UFOs. They're talking about stuff that could change the world. That UFOs could change the world. Pie Island Research, he talks to other researchers about the finding of Bigfoot. That could change the world. I know Arden on her channel, she talks paranormal, that knowing your energy, if you find out ghosts exist, what does that mean for you? It means your energy does go somewhere. That itself can change the way you think. The Kardashians have nothing that could change the way you think. Nothing at all. And they call that breaking news. So when people say, Eric, your breaking news is shit, really? They're more important than I am? They're going to change the fucking world? Okay. Well, fuck it. So that's my little world news, little rant. What I'm saying is, I appreciate every single one of you guys for having an open mind, for being here today, because it's people like you that's going to really make a difference in this world. People like them. I'm not trying to put them down. I'm not trying to say her getting her bar law is not an accomplishment. It is an accomplishment, but it's not a realistic accomplishment of what regular people get. And regular people who does this on their own with harder reasons, they never get on the news. They never get talked about. It's like the rich only talks about the rich. It's like when people say Donald Trump, he built these empires. Listen, that motherfucker has a chance to fail, and it bothered to bail him out. If Connor opened up a comic book store, he probably only gets one shot. One shot. If it doesn't work out, he's probably done for the rest of his life. Trump and those people, they failed 20, 30 times. Why? Because they got the family money to bail them out, and they could go on and find that one thing that works. And then that one thing that works, they get praised. They get praised like they're almighty. But everybody forgets about the 20, 30 that fails, where people like us only get one chance. So that's my world news. That's my little rant on that. Anything you want to say about that? So that's what I want to say on that. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. And when people make fun of the news, make fun of the paranormal news, all you got to say is go fuck off, go somewhere else, go watch your Fox News, go watch your breaking news, Kardashians, and go get depressed. Because
I'm all for it, man. People buy into the establishment and what is being sold on TV, and then they cross over small creators like you and I, or loved ones that are, making shirts or soaps like that, but then they'll go buy it from Walmart. All the Kardashians are just a bunch of reptilian serpent biatches, and I don't like to swear on this, but they don't deserve me holding back. I was actually just thinking, like 2 days ago, I actually saw Khloe Kardashian at a Cavs game because she used to date Tristan Thompson, and I'm like, honestly, that might have been my biggest cryptid encounter ever, because she's just a serpent reptilian queen right there.
Yeah, and the only reason I was bringing this up is they actually had the balls to put them as breaking news. Breaking news. Kardashian's going to Hulu. Fuck that. Fuck that. Guys, let's have some fun. Let's get into the Bigfoot. Alrighty, people. The first video I am going to show today is called Major College Coach on Aliens and Bigfoot. So this is actually both. So Washington State Cougars had a coach. He's not a coach there no more, but he's a crazy ass coach that believes in UFOs, and he does talk a little bit about Bigfoot. I thought it'd be kind of fun. This is a major college, Washington State Cougars, major college football team. And here them asking a coach about a Bigfoot and UFO. Hopefully you guys enjoy this like I do.
Washington State coach Mike Leach, he answers one fan submitted question every single week. Monday's question, do you believe in Bigfoot? What about aliens?
I hope there's Bigfoot. I don't think there is. The reason I don't think there is because we found bones of dinosaurs and everything else, but we haven't found bones that I've heard of Bigfoot. Aliens,
Before we get to aliens, now that one thing they always say, we haven't found bones. I never like that, because how often do you hear we find deer bones, bear bones, right? And how many findings that people have had that has been out there, but it gets smashed in the press is fake, being not real. So stuff like that has been found, but it gets kicked on. It gets smashed on. So I always hated that argument. I mean, when birds die all the time. I mean, you don't exactly see birds in the woods. I mean, animals eat each other. It's the circle of life. That's what happens. Bones, dinosaur bones were before the major forests, and they're deep in the ground. So they're big, they're huge. And they were around when there's so many different kind of animals, like in the forest and stuff, that eats other animals through bones. So every time you hear shit like that about why is there any bones, there probably is bones, but the truth is just not allowed to be let out. Now, that's what his thoughts on Bigfoot, which he's fine to his opinion. Everybody has the right to their opinion. But let's hear what he thinks about UFOs.
Suspect there is, and I don't know that they're little green men, and I don't know that they're specifically in our galaxy. Why wouldn't God build other Earths in other places? Why only this one? You know, and even if you're an evolution guy and lightning striking mud and, you know, popping in, I mean, and then, well, they say, well, the notion of God is far-fetched. Oh, really? Striking mud and then to life, you know, sparking out of there and then it going like that? Well, I mean, well, that's just such an obvious, easy path to follow.
I like that guy. I like that coach. I go through the wall for that.
Now, I liked what he did say. It's like, he brought religion into it. What, God only built Earth and that's it? That's the only thing out of this millions of galaxies out there? We're the only thing that has life on it and all that? You know, so, and listen, I appreciate a coach that did not dance around both questions, like trying to move on. Let's go to football questions. He actually answered his Bigfoot and UFO, and I appreciate that. Mike Lynch is always known as the coach that he will speak his mind. He'll tell you what he thinks. Mm-hmm. Regardless what you think of football or not. But, you know, I don't agree with him about the bones. But he has the right for his beliefs on why he doesn't believe in it. But I do appreciate him not being afraid of speaking when you are a leader of men, they say, and you're talking about UFOs, you do believe in it, you know, and you got a whole team that you're coaching that you're not afraid. You're not trying to play the Mr. Perfect in life. So I appreciate about that. I know Connor likes sports like I do. I'm sure he appreciates that.
Heck yeah, I remember that clip. Mike Leach is awesome. He's a great coach. Definitely has that extra fire to get the kids very excited. And I would be behind that too. I don't agree with everything he said, but I agree that he has balls and cojones and didn't hide behind, oh yeah, let's go back to questions that are on the game on Saturday. So yeah, I love seeing it, and I love that you dig it up to bring it to everybody else. Because when paranormal and sports collide, it's honestly a little closer than people really think. Everything with curses, superstition, like that was a big part of my childhood, and paranormal was my sports career, and just that magic that comes in between it, like true magic.
Exactly. I knew Connor would like that one. This next one is a Vermont man claims to have proof of Bigfoot. So this is a Vermont man, like a lot of you or in the Bigfoot community probably already seen this. Now remember what I said before, just because you've seen it, it doesn't mean that the people in the UFO paranormal community has seen this video. So people, be open-minded. If this is the first time you're hearing it or the first time you heard this 1,000 times. Here we go.
Welcome back. I'm Bridget Shanahan. A Rutland County man is getting international media attention for what he caught on camera. He insists it's proof that a legendary creature is in fact real, but of course he's got plenty of doubters. News Channel 5's Jack Thurston talked to him today.
As any hard-nosed reporter would, I had some tough questions prepared for Frank Sysensky.
Is Bigfoot a proper name for a Sasquatch?
That's what people just nicknamed it.
He's the self-described Sasquatch researcher who taught me that big feet is never the plural for the hulking, hairy beasts some believe to be roaming the woods.
It's known to be up to 8 foot tall, the same as the abominable snowman.
I have a lot to learn.
Yes.
So how did the Hubbardton, Vermont retiree become such an expert? Well, he insists he captured a Sasquatch on camera.
This is where the creature was crouching down in this position right here.
Sysensky remembers wanting to know who or what was taking all the apples from his tree in September 2010. His outdoor camera photographed a coyote, then this.
My God, what in the world is that?
And he got help answering that question this month when the network Animal Planet aired an episode of Finding Bigfoot on TV and online. Folks from all over contacted Sysensky with ideas.
And I just got an email and a call from Australia.
He believes this blurry figure is a long-haired female Sasquatch, about 400 pounds, with a baby in tow.
It's either protecting its young or picking making it up, we don't know.
One biologist we reached with Vermont's Fish and Wildlife Department said he just was not interested in talking about this. He said even suggesting that this story is legit would be a waste of his time, and Sysensky is used to that kind of skepticism.
They're going to call you a nut.
Others have told him this is more likely an owl, but he's not budging, even buying a vanity plate.
I'm surprised the license plate wasn't already taken.
I know.
And decorating his lawn with Sasquatch statues.
This guy's in pretty good shape. He's got good pecs and abs.
But that's exactly what one would look like right there.
So until he gets a clearer view of the real thing, Frank Sysensky will keep battling the non-believers.
It can't be anything else but.
And searching for proof that Bigfoot is roaming the Northeast. In Hubbardton, Jack Thurston, News Channel 5.
Appreciate that guy. I like that guy. Believes what he believes in. You know, and they talk about how skeptics are going to be skeptics, but you just do what your heart tells you.
1,000,000%. And yeah, I recognized him from Finding Bigfoot. So that was really cool to see like a news station kind of, you know, recovering the story. That is so dope though. And I remember those pictures. It was really crazy because they had weird patches on the back that it looked like maybe mange or they were just losing hair. But man, yeah, bobbing for apples. And we've heard it, you know, since 2010, how much they love apples. And of course, before then too, that's a very common bait technique. But yeah, what a cool little thing to be a part of. And I remember that buzzing like right when I graduated. So I've been neck deep in it since that report.
Now, Chad Smith podcast, he's going to North Carolina this weekend, and they're going to be hunting for Bigfoot. We all heard about Bigfoot sounds, people, you know, yelling. I made a small video of the most annoying sound in the world that maybe you could take this video, Chad Smith, on your thing and play it loud to see if Bigfoot will talk back to you. So let me find it here. I got it right here. Here we go. Use this, Chad Smith. Use this.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Guys! Play that loud.
Hey, Hare, you want to hear the second most annoying sound in the world?
Sure. Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
No, not that.
What the hell are you doing ringing our doorbell like that in the middle of the night?
Now, for me, play that loud because you never know. That 40-second clip, Chad, Bigfoot might talk back to you. Crank it.
The very beginning of the most annoying sound in the world, it honestly would work. If you play that loud enough in the forest, it would work. And I like that.
And then if that doesn't work, try the lady screaming. See if that does it. Maybe it'll recognize a female screaming. And then maybe all the kids are screaming, seeing Bigfoot on their car. That's just my gift to them to try to use on their Bigfoot hunt. So just think of me. You never know, Chad. That could be the key. That sound right there is considered the most annoying sound in the world. Might be the annoying sound that gets you the Bigfoot. Or take that clip and continue that scream over and over and over again. Make that whole scream for a minute or something. Play it loud. You never know. Bigfoot might talk to you.
I like it. Eric, could you go to my Instagram real quick? Because we have some breaking news of my own. Yesterday, I actually casted a footprint of a skunk ape, of the 2-egg stump jumper. And it said that it only has 3 toes. And this one had about 3 to 4 toes. And it was still wider than my boot. Pretty crazy.
This one right here?
No, it's on my profile.
That's your commercial. Oh, it's not. It's the one you sent to me.
No, it's on my profile.
I thought I just was on your profile, wasn't I? Wasn't I on your profile? Your profile.
That's my story. You got to click on my profile though.
Oh, hold on a second. If I go here,
no wonder you don't like any of my pictures. You don't even know I have a profile. Yeah, the first
There
one.
you are.
This is my profile, Eric.
Well, on Instagram, this is your profile, right?
Yeah, it's weird on the computer. I know.
Is it a video?
But that first picture is the foot. No, it's the first picture to the left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we casted that footprint yesterday along the Japolo River, and it was really cool. And I put my little signature on the backside of it with the leaves. But man, yeah, I recorded some strange sounds, and then luckily had some plaster of Paris with me, and we casted that footprint, and there was some other ones too. So hopefully it doesn't rain, and I'm going to cast it either tonight or tomorrow morning.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
And Ryan said that 3 toes, definitely possible Gugway or maybe Dogman, or very similar to the Honey Island Swamp Monster. So yes, definitely head on a swivel. The 2-egg stump jumper is known to be a little bit more aggressive, just because he kind of lacks of the size of, say, Patty in the Bluff Creek Sasquatch.
See, guys, I'm not in that.
It was an awesome time. This right here should be another advertisement for Yeti bars. Smell good, look good, have this energy, and you out in the woods with some pretty girls, looking for Sasquatch, all these old chumps that are all bitter, no crap, you got to evolve.
I give this person credit. Okay, she's out investigating Bigfoot with you, right?
Yeah.
And you're wearing all white. In dirt and all that, that's tough because, when you research, you're going to get dirty. And she's wearing all white. I mean, man, and I'm sure if it's raining,
she's a trooper. A little dirt, a little blood ain't going to get in the way of Cassie. She's definitely leading the way. And we had a close encounter with a fat cottonmouth, a water moccasin, the most dangerous snake in America. And it was trying to intimidate us. It opened its mouth farther than 90 degrees. But it was amazing. It was definitely a good time. But again, plaster of Paris, guys, it's like $8 at Walmart. Always have it with you. I use creek water and old Taco Bell cups. And, that's how you just got to do what you got to do.
And I do got to learn how to use Instagram better for going to people's profiles. I only thing I go to Instagram for is I post something and I go to my messages. I never go to profiles. I don't even know how to set it up properly. Maybe I should one day. I'll learn one day. It's all good. We're so real. I don't even know how to use everything.
And Eric, honestly, it's inspirational. A person of your age, you are such a good tech wizard with all of this, StreamYard, YouTube, DLive. Like, dude, you're doing great, like 1,000,000%. Same thing with like Squatching Cowboy, an old geezer like him actually editing videos. Like that's a beautiful thing to see. That's like me using like a rotisserie phone or however they call it.
My college degree.
Rotary phone, right? They call it?
Well, my college degree is actually in networking computers and business. So I know my stuff on computers, but I don't usually do a whole lot of social media. But someone, I'm fucking barely learning to use all of TikTok, but I'm getting there. But guys, you don't want to hear that. You want to hear some paranormal. This first one, the paranormal, is Paranormal West Virginia Blennerhassett Island. So there's an island out near West Virginia. I didn't know there was an island in West Virginia. So I don't know. Let's call that a Mandela effect or something. I don't know. But let's check out this island in West Virginia.
The latest Paranormal West Virginia story is about a haunted island and a wealthy socialites who lived there over the years. Shayla Klein joins us now from the 12 newsroom and has more on this spooky tale. Shayla.
Blennerhassett Island was purchased by Harmon and Margaret Blennerhassett during the Revolutionary War period, and today the island is a state park, where some visitors say the family never quite settled into the afterlife. Margaret Blennerhassett is credited for being West Virginia's first poet. It's no surprise then that Margaret's ghost has been spotted all across the island with a book in hand. In one well-known instance, a group of campers illegally set up a tent and a campfire on the island. In the middle of the night, the group heard rustling, and when they went to investigate, they found Margaret's ghost reading some of the books the campers brought with them.
I think that's very telling of the type of person she would have. The type of person.
I got to pause it for a second. This was the first video I ever heard that a ghost is reading books. I have never heard that before, of ghosts reading books. But wow, I mean, what I'm curious is whoever's seen this ghost, I mean, was it actually like opening up the book and moving the pages to a page? I'm curious about that. I wanna interview the person who saw the ghost opening a book. That is awesome.
I like to think of her as you know, very intellectual, strong-willed woman who is, you know, living her best life. You know, why not? Living her best afterlife.
Another frequent sighting takes place inside the mansion. According to tour guide staff, children are known to see the ghost of a little girl in what is known as the Walnut Room. Some speculate that the little girl could be baby Margaret, who was born on the island but did not survive infancy. However, staff say that the spirits on the island are more likely to be Native American spirits.
Native Americans have lived on this island for 13,000 years, and there was a village right here. Could it be a spirit of a Native American person, or is it a European?
I don't know if I believe in ghost stories or not, but there's been enough instances and enough descriptions that match the same story. It does make you think about it.
Although the island is closed for the season, the Blennerhassett Museum of Regional History is open year-round and has many artifacts from the island. The island opens up again in May of next year. The Blennerhassett family has a captivating history of scandal and treason that you can read all about on our Paranormal West Virginia tab on our website. Live from the news.
Now, what I liked about the cop, now he said he's a little bit of a skeptic. I mean, he's saying, you know, he didn't believe, but you hear enough stories of the same person they're describing makes you think. That's all you could ask for from a skeptic. I mean, a skeptic coming out saying that, that's kind of skeptics I respect. They're not like pushing away the idea that it doesn't exist, even though they might not believe fully, but they respect that the stories are almost all the same. And, you know, as a cop, when you're looking for evidence, you're looking for that evidence that matches the crime scene that you're at. So that's kind of skeptic I don't mind.
Yeah, I thought it was brave of him to even be out there. I think he's just like a park ranger or security guard, so he probably doesn't have that high of a, you know, standard
Park
held
ranger,
to him. But
right,
but still very cool to see. And I think we should send Amber's Para World down there, maybe with BF Bud, since that's their corner of the area. I didn't know I didn't know West Virginia had a bunch of islands. I know of Wheeling Island, which is a really cool little spot in the Ohio Valley where they found tons of giant skeletons, and it's right about a bunch of Native American mounds. But yeah, I love how that guy had to say, you know, 13,000 years worth of natives have been living there. And then a European has been there, 110 years. So it's very interesting. But man, what are spirits? What is energy?
Yeah.
How far does it go back?
And that's why I like playing these clips. Connor just said he didn't know there was like islands there either. I lived in Maryland for a while. I've been in West Virginia plenty of times. I never knew they have a consider an island in the history there. But now I know if I'm in that area or somebody lives near there, hey, I got another place to check out, you know? So that's what I love about it. And this next one is creepy haunted house in Pierce County.
That's what is cool, though, you know, researching all these different locations. In the future, you know, when we have conversations with people and they're like, oh, yeah, you know, I was in Vermont. You know, it's a talking point. It's something that you can find common ground. And that's why I love no problem with conversation, because I can find some kind of connection to something, and it's going to bring us together. It's going to make us feel, you know, special. And that's how all conversations and connections should be. You know, we all are puzzle pieces, and we can complete each other even more.
It is. And like here's some information from Sean G. West Virginia has a ton of Indian mounds, which are located near water source most of the time. See, that's viable information. Hey, welcome, Shelly. Welcome. Glad to see you here.
Hey.
Let me see here. So let's check out this in Pierce County.
Welcome back. Just in time for Halloween, we've got a bit of a spooky story for you. The former Puget Sound Hospital on Pacific Avenue, that's now used for office space by Pierce County employees, has a bit of a haunted history. Reporter Megan Hutton takes us inside.
Puget Sound Hospital in Tacoma is rumored to be haunted. And inside these walls lurks a nurse named Mabel from the 1920s. And if you're lucky enough, you'll have a chance to meet her.
I'm a believer now, I'll tell you that. I never was before.
Julie Showers was working alone in the building 7 years ago, filling vending machines on the graveyard shift.
All of a sudden I look over and there's someone standing there in a nurse's outfit and she's holding a candle, and I said, "Hi, how are you?" And she just looks at me like that and turns away, and I just said, "Oh, that was rude." And I waited about 5 seconds. I walked after her and gone.
Down in the basement of the old 1950s hospital is the original morgue. Rumors about Mabel the ghost grabbed the attention of Ross Allison. He's been a paranormal investigator for 20 years.
Right when we got in this room, we definitely got a huge spike. And it was pretty steady for a bit. And then all of a sudden it just stopped. Many people have seen her wandering the hallways. She's been known to appear in the elevators. And most times when people do see her, they don't even realize that they've ran into a ghost. She seems to be a full, solid apparition. So it would actually look like a living person until you actually end your conversation or just turn away for a second, you look back, she's completely gone.
Showers believes there is no mistaking what she saw after a coworker showed her some staff photographs from the 1920s.
Well, she just stuck out like a sore thumb. I said, "Right there." And he just says, "Ah, you saw Mabel." You start putting everything together. This couldn't have happened.
Sightings of Mabel have been reported at all times of the day and night, and throughout both buildings on the property.
There's no such thing as a ghost meter. And so what we do is we basically try to read the environment and determine if there's any changes in the environment, any changes that can't be explained. That might give us an idea that there could be something paranormal going on.
I've been down in the morgue by myself and, down in the basement alone with like one light on, very dim, and it's just, you would have to be here when it's dark. I wasn't really afraid to come back. You're afraid but you're not. It's that curiosity. Then I was hoping to see her again.
Inside the haunted hospital, Megan Hutton reporting, Pierce County News.
What's cool is, guys, I live near that hospital, but I never actually been in that hospital. And that's kind of weird because, why is that weird? What, you get hurt a lot? No. From 2014, 2019, I worked for a medical company. We did deliveries of these machines to all these hospitals, wound vacs. I mean, all the way from Seattle, Bremerton on the other side of the water, all the way down to Olympia. I mean, I have been in so many hospitals, and let me tell you something, there is a different feeling in a hospital. I know we're in a different environment. I get that. But you don't know how many patients that I have talked to delivering stuff, and, there's something that they say that they see things that are not there, and you hear this over and over again. Now, you can say, well, they're on medications and all that, and I get all that. But when you talk to a lot of these people that I have talked to, being to these hospitals for 5 years, I was delivering. I was a charge of the warehouse, but sometimes I had to make deliveries when somebody calls out sick or there's emergency delivery. And you hear these stories all the time that they see something and there's something there. And when you walk by yourself in a hospital when it's kind of dark, because I had to make some deliveries at 2 o'clock in the morning before, it is eerie. It's almost like you do feel something. And I know it's dark. I know it's because you're everything's white. I get that. But if there's going to be ghosts, you would think an abandoned hospital, a full function hospital, the amount of people that pass away, there's going to be some kind of a experience going on there, and it's just a lot of times you are on drugs. The reason you're there, you're getting well, and you might not see everything around, but some people have, and you should listen to them because just think about the amount of people that have died there.
And the amount of people that have been born there. It's just a high energy location. I think all hospitals definitely carry some kind of strange energy. And then you think, oh, maybe the hospitals were put there for a reason to harness and harvest what was there before. Maybe it's all connected. It's definitely very interesting.
Yeah, I have not been in a hospital that did not have a supernatural activity. I agree with you 100%, Sean G. It's just a lot of times in the daytime, hospitals are so busy, everybody's running around, you're not catching everything. But I would love, if I had a dream sheet, I would love to go to an abandoned hospital with Connor. And Connor and I won't even need equipment. We'll just go in and do the experience for ourselves.
Yes.
Now, maybe an EVP little recording, at least something. But I would just love to be able to spend almost a full day inside of a hospital, and especially an abandoned one, because even if it's abandoned, people still have died there. You know, and what did I say? Churches used to heal people playing. And some hospitals that I've been to have churches inside those hospitals too. Wow. There's some that actually have some. We got some religion type hospitals in Washington where they have a little chapel inside of a church. Not every one of them, but there are a few. And, I'm not saying religion is responsible, but some of these do have religion chapels there and all that. So beyond that, guys, it's some UFO time. And one of the videos in UFOs is more for fun than spotting a UFO. Now, this first video is about a meteorite. That's Russian meteorite that's caught on camera. And sometimes I love that game. That's probably one of the best pod racing game. That one. That game was fun. They haven't made a good racing game like that.
Both of these were awesome.
That is a good game.
Pod racing was awesome though on the N64.
Yes. Is it a meteorite or is it a crashing ship and just being claimed as a meteorite? Sometimes you got to think of these things. Let's check this one out.
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning news.
And we have more now on that breaking story this morning. The meteorite bursting through the atmosphere over Russia, injuring hundreds of folks on the ground.
It happened overnight in frigid Siberia, sending shocked residents into a state of panic. ABC's Kurit Radia filed this report just moments ago.
The meteorite was captured on car dashboard cameras and phones. A blinding flash of light streaking across the sky. And then, on the ground, chaos as fragments slammed into Earth. Witnesses say they thought a war had broken out. The blast shattered windows and knocked down a wall at this zinc factory. Officials say over 250 people were injured, mostly from broken glass. It's extremely cold in this part of Russia, below zero today, and schools closed after the windows were blown out. About 20,000 troops have been sent to the scene, as well as 3 aircraft which are surveying the damage from the sky. Scientists say the meteor shower was not related to an asteroid that will fly dangerously close to Earth today, but one estimate suggested this meteor was big, perhaps tens of tons. Kurit Radia, ABC News, Moscow.
Unbelievable video there.
Okay. I am not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm none of that. But what if that was a UFO that crashed? Listen, when ships come back to the atmosphere, it burns with flame. What if? And that is just a cover-up saying it's a meteorite. I've always said if I got to go on UFO research, I would do my research following where the meteorites hit, because that's the most easiest cover up you could say. Meteorites, weather balloons. I don't know if you use weather balloons anymore, but I don't know. Meteorites is the number one thing you can use when people say, "What was that?" Oh, that was a meteorite. Oh, okay, I get it. Really? You got to think. You got to at least give it a chance and think about it. That's all I'm saying.
For sure. I remember seeing that footage. I thought it was really cool. I definitely want to get, a dash cam just for, accidents and stuff too, but just to be able to capture those 1 in a million Sasquatch running across the road or up in the sky. Of course, I need more cameras too. But I'm trying to tell my mom to set up some cameras in her backyard as well, just because I think that would be so cool. I'm not huge on the meteorites and UFOs and all that. I think it's all from, the extra territories beyond the wall. So however they try to spin it for us, it is just to cover up how I see it. But it's definitely very interesting. And I also want to say happy birthday to Shelly Morrison too.
Oh, is it her birthday?
Yes, it is. It's a
There's a lot of
special freaking day.
There's a lot of awesome people in the chat, and they're writing stuff, so I'm not catching every single thing in the chat. So Shelly, here you go. Hold on.
And your cup is really cool how it blends in with the green screen. It's breaking news cup.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shelly. Happy birthday to you. See, guys, I have a heart. Now, this next one is actually a cool prank. It's kind of a cool. It's called Hilarious Bus Stop Prank. Public see giant robots and aliens invasion. I thought it was kind of cute. I thought it was kind of cool. I don't know why. I've never seen this prank. Don't know why. Yeah, Spooky. I can sing somewhat. Technically, we can all sing. But is it good?
Hey, Spooky, I'm actually Eric's manager for his singing, and I wanted to see if he could do a collaboration with your daughter, since she's a famous singer actress too. So that'd be pretty cool. So if you want to use Eric's, background vocals or hums or lyric skills, just reach out to me, Spooky. I think we could figure something out.
I know we could figure something out. All right, here we go. Let's check out this prank.
Members of the public waiting at a busy central London bus stop got the shock of their lives when they were suddenly faced with an alien invasion, giant robots, and a Bengal tiger on the run. And the pranksters at Pepsi Max caught the whole thing on camera as part of their new Unbelievable campaign.
That is awesome.
Augmented reality technology gave the illusion the bus stop advertising board was see-through, allowing unexpected scenes to be mapped over a live feed. It might have been a bit scary, but there were some incredible reactions. I think I got that one.
Hey! I don't know. I thought that was awesome. I never saw that prank before. And, think about it. You're sitting there every day everyday normal life. One day you sit there and you're looking out. Your mind will not recognize even if you make the most weirdest, fakest, cartoonish thing. You're like, oh, you're going to jump. I think that was genius. I love that.
Yeah, that was amazing. I love augmented reality and VR. It's going to get really, really blurry here in the future, with Google Lens and stuff, and people are going to have eyeballs and contacts that you can put in and see the digital world. But it is amazing when you could be at a high school basketball game and there's literally whales jumping from the basketball court. The future is going to be so magnificent. But I also think there's going to be Project Bluebeam eyes. But who's to say maybe some of these, spirits or Sasquatches. They might just be projections. It's an interesting world, man. It's crazy.
It is. And I was looking at the comments, people talking about my singing. Listen, I could do rock songs too, people. Here's 3 seconds of me singing. Oh, hold on. No sound. Oh, like around the corner in the light of day. Yeah. Oh. See? That was a quick second of me singing and getting blown up at the same time. All right? I'll do that one more time for you guys. Hold on, one more time. You see me sing and get blown up at the same time. In the light of day. Yeah.
It's like G.G. Allen.
All right. I can't show you what's afterwards because some people might consider naughty, but that's another story. That was on my TikTok. That was a TikTok video I did about becoming a ghost at a strip club. But of all videos, I'm surprised that one never got taken down.
Yeah, especially with your fancy business account now.
Oh, I know, right? They'd be like, "Hey, what if that's my business, a strip club?" Which I don't have the money for a strip club. But guys, we're going into the Mandela effect. Is something that I really appreciate. Coffee.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
I am your father.
All right. Now, before I play the video, what I need for everybody in the chat, without cheating, no cheating on this, Folgers coffee. Everybody knows Folgers coffees. I don't drink Folgers coffee because I think the coffee don't taste good to me. But I like real coffee, real beans, grounded. I like not that it's not real. I like fresh coffee versus dried out coffee you buy, you mix it yourself. So in the chat, how do you spell Folgers? Don't cheat. Don't look it up. Just try to remember on how you spell it. All right. So I'm waiting for some people to write something. Now, while people write it, don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to comments. Yesterday was great. 61 likes, much better than 27. Much better. Because I know you're all watching, and we need more people to watch it. Why? Because I think we got valuable information for everybody. That's the main reason why. Okay, start with, let's see here. Ghost Dragon, Folgers, Folgers. Just spell it. Folgers, Folgers. Okay. Folgers. Here's a different one. Foldgers. Folgers, you got there. Okay. Spooky. Folgers. Now, okay, so I'm gonna play the video on what people remember.
I didn't see Spooky like actually typed it out. I just was going down and I just saw the ghost and the coffee. I was just like, Spooky wasn't going for it spelling this time. He did spell it. It was just fun. It was like a funny 2-second like thing that I ran in my head. It was hilarious.
Here we go. Let me pause this video for a second because the man himself who put this video together is right here. Hazel Fever. Okay, so Folgers, Folgers, of course, is what's spelled now, but a lot of people remember it with the D. So if you answer without the D, that is what in this reality is. But a lot of people remember the D. Even I remember there was a D because my father used to drink Folgers and Maxwell House coffee, which I would never drink that shit, Maxwell Folgers, ever again. But that's just me. I love the music. There's a lot of clips with the D. Now I know this one is probably more for maybe, I'm just saying, maybe for older people, because back in the day, you didn't have, if you go to the grocery store now, you got a whole long shelves of different coffees. I mean, you got a whole aisle of coffees. But back in the day, you only really had a few choices. You only had like Folgers, Maxwell House, some of the other crappy brands that they are. There weren't a whole lot of brands. So I know older people might have more for this because they remember there's only a few brands you can pick from. But now it's, I mean, God damn, you got every fucking brand in the world because every store, everywhere you go has coffee that's from their locals areas. I mean, it's just massive amount. Beans, vanilla, flavors, there's everything. So this is not an effect for everybody, but for the older people that I remember the letter D, but I'm not really a Folgers fan. I love freshly brewed coffee once I know it existed. If you guys go upstairs to my house, people, I got an RTD2 coffee compressor. I've got an espresso machine. Carrot coffee sucks. I'm just telling you right now, carrot coffee sucks. I got a grinder, beans. I like my coffee fresh and hot. 8 o'clock coffee. Oh, yeah, 8 o'clock coffee. Oh, my God, 8 o'clock coffee. Oh, so fucking horrible. Oh, my God, that is, I'm serious. I'm not joking. 8 o'clock coffee is the shit. Now, if you like it, Ghost Dragon, I love you, buddy. I wasn't making fun of your coffee if you like it, 8 o'clock. So I know it's hard for you, Connor. I don't know if you remember Folgers, but you got a comment about Folgers?
Yeah, I don't remember the D just because I don't think I was alive when they were being made like that. So I just remember the no D. But maybe it was like Folger family or whoever was the head chief of that. They were just working on like a pickup line, you know. Oh, you forgot the D. You'll get that later, you know, one of those. Stupid, but yeah, Folgers. There's a Folgers by J. Cole too. Rap song that combines coffee and getting up on your grind. But no, man, all the powers that be keep me far away from coffee because I don't think this world would be able to keep up with me if I had more caffeine.
That's true. I think Spooky wasn't there on that show because Spooky, I was on Chad's podcast, and when I brought out my R2D2 coffee compressor, it's about this big. You fill it with hot water and you compress down and then you pour it out of the robot. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, I got an R2D2 coffee compress. Dude, guys, people in the chat, I got a manual grinder, okay? So let's just say this. If the power goes out for days, I could grind my own coffee. I got a fireplace to heat up the water. I got my R2D2 coffee compressor. I will have my coffee even without power. That's how we roll. Guys, long time ago, when we first moved up here, myself, Dr. Wu, my brother and all that, there was a storm that hit. And the power was out for almost a week. Do you know what? We never starved. Why? Because we have barbecue propane tanks. We were out there cooking up food where everybody was complaining they can't get to the store or they don't have power to cook. I'm like, that's why you have a barbecue. That's why you make your own food, make your own barbecue. And that's when I realized that if the world goes to shit, if all the power goes out, there's going to be a set of people are going to die first because they don't know what to do if society breaks down, if stores are shut, closed, and all that. We're like, oh man, snow? Who cares? Wrap yourself up in a blanket, cook your own food. If we didn't have a fireplace, we would have got wood, made a little fire outside. We would have cooked our food. Maybe that's because we were raised in the mountains hunting. So that's what I'm always saying is always got to learn how to live off the land because one day you never know when you actually have to live off the land. Just saying.
I think that time's coming closer than ever to now. I think we definitely have to start learning how to garden and learning how to clean your water from the creek and just how to know what berries and certain type of plants are, poisonous to us and what will kill us and what will make us poop our brains out. But yeah, man, every day is an ongoing, learning thing because even as ready as I am for the outdoors, I still am created in this modern world. So I still do have to continue to adapt and learn and live like the ancients did.
Well, that's the fun part. We're never too old to learn, right? There's always stuff to learn. I like what Sean G, because this is so true. You haven't plucked your own chicken, you're not living. Oh, yeah. You got to learn how to pluck the chicken. And then, remember, we grew up with chickens all around us and stuff. And it's kind of funny. You chop the head off a chicken, the body still jumps around and all that. or when you I'm not gonna get gross about snapping a chicken's head. But I grew up where people made real chicken, fresh chicken from actual chickens in their front yard, eating off the ground. And we have a cousin. I shouldn't say this, but they had a pet pig, or they called it a pet pig, and then one day he noticed that his pig was missing, and we were all eating at the table. We were all eating bacon, and nobody had the heart to tell him that the bacon that you're eating was your pet pig. And they always say when you're a farmer and stuff, don't get attached to your animals because eventually they're going to be on your kitchen table. I don't know to this day anybody ever told my cousin that day we all ate bacon on the table was your pet pig. But he made it a pet. It wasn't like they bought him a pet. It was designed to be dinner. But I just thought it was just funny because he didn't realize he was eating his pet and he was asking, "Where's my pet?" I'm sorry.
I feel bad for him.
Hopefully he's not watching today. He's like, "What?" Oh, no, so and all that. So guys, I haven't got the link set up for tomorrow night, but I am gonna set up for a live show tomorrow night. I'm gonna try to get some people on there. Maybe call it a Young Guns Part 3. Trying to get some people to talk about their Bigfoot experience and all that. So there's going to be a show tomorrow night. I just haven't set it up yet. So be on the lookout for tomorrow night. And then between tomorrow, you going on any shows?
No, I don't think before tomorrow. But Sunday, I'm going to be on a late night show. I'll definitely be posting more about that. I'm going to be linking up with B. Moss here soon. I'm going to be on Bigfoot Crossroads here soon. So I have some good stuff lined up for sure. But yeah, I'm just lots of big plans, in IRL, in real life. But before we leave, can we run the commercial one more time for the people?
You damn straight. I
But
gotta.
we've gotten a lot of good reviews from the commercial from day one. My mom and my dad were like speechless of it, you know. But for me, it's just another day, just another notch in my sagging belt.
Let me see here. Let me go here. I'm like, where did I put that video? But it doesn't matter because I actually have it on my Reddit page. So
yeah, I'm excited, Scott, for the B Moss because
There
she's
it is.
awesome. She used to just do Facebook shows, and I'm all for doing it on Facebook and stuff. But you know, I want it to be YouTube. I want it to be a video we can watch forever. So I'm really glad she made the move over to YouTube. So we just got to get scheduled here soon. I'm really excited. I'm supposed to be linking up with Duke as well, and I know he's going to Nebraska for the conference this weekend. So hopefully in the near future. I'm really excited. Spooky, he said this commercial is some of his finest, Connor's finest work. And I definitely appreciate that. It looks very good. But yeah, if you guys are impressed with this, I have like 200 songs that are better than this. I got 4 books that are better than this, you know. But no, it's a very cool little project. But when you have a master filmmaker like Jack and then someone that is authentically in love with this community and everything it represents, like me with Paranormal, it's just us being ourselves. We did this in 20 minutes. It definitely took Jack a couple hours to edit, but I wrote it in 3 minutes and I acted it in 17.
And it's good work, people. It's good work. That's why you guys need to subscribe to my my Reddit page, because if I can't find a video, I know I put it on there. I can link people's channels to my Reddit page. That's why you should all be subscribed to my Reddit page.
Hey, I'm Connor from Bigfoot Anon, and I'm always on the hunt for the next big adventure. When you're on the trail for long hours, you build up quite the stench, enough to drive any skunk ape or yeti away. Luckily, I'm on the quest now for the solution to all my problems. Yeti bars. They do exist. I love the rhyme. Available in tons of different scents and fragrances. Check out YetiBars.net for more and use my code BA10 for a special offer. Clean like a beast. Yeti Bars!
I gotta ask this part right here. I don't know why. You remind me of something. I don't know, with the hat, with the hair coming down. Are you? Is that just naturally you, or were you imaging something else?
Yeah, it's just natural me, but just with my hat and my beanie hat on. No, it's a crash zoom shot, which maybe brings you back to like, Quentin Tarantino. He uses that type of shot where it zooms really hard on you. So maybe cool. My image isn't what's bringing you back, and maybe it's the zoom. Or maybe it's my goofy ass style, I'm like Jay and Silent Bob all in one.
No, I love it. I love it. And remember I was talking about yesterday the buff people. What I was talking about is let me show you guys what I was talking about. Where Connor needs to do a remix just for me. On Saturday Night Live, they had these two guys called Hans and Franz, and you can see their arms right there. And I don't know why. I just imagine you holding it with those arms like that, where I'm talking about for fun. You can tell they're not real. But I just think, I don't know why. Every time I see that image, I imagine you as them holding those bars. I don't know why.
I like that. My mom kind of cracked me up. Here we go. 1 second.
You guys remember? You guys remember that the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Hans, and Franz music on the Bizarre? I don't know why. I think Connor should remix it. Just put. I don't know. I love it. I love it. I love it. We can have fun talking about this.
But yeah. But my mom was mind blown when she saw the commercial because all the sounds, in there are all after, they're post after and edited in post, So like when I cough, like that's not my cough. When I'm running, the steps, when I move the tree, none of that is the sound. We kept none of the original sound. And like my mom thought that was like the craziest thing, So like none of the sound that's actually played is like from me, of course, but it's a really cool thing, and hopefully it shows all of you guys that you can make good products too. Because I know I look goofy as heck on the screen, and not professional 1,000,000% of the time, but best believe, look at that commercial. That's better than anything I've ever seen. So
I've told you this. The commercial is better than a lot of the fucking commercials you see them spending millions of dollars on. And this makes me want to get that just as much as their stupid stuff on TV. And yours look more realistic. It looks more real, natural. The way the screen, the fadiness of it. I mean, I'm not joking when I said whoever filmed this, these corporations should be hiring him to do their commercials. Because that's good work. But it's funny, as you said, 17 minutes to do this, 7 minutes to do this. Then behind the scenes is where the real magic is, and that could take a lot of hours. It's amazing.
Sure.
It really is amazing the time and effort just to be put in just for a minute and a 30-second video.
Definitely. Yeah, all of the hard work definitely goes to him, at his house, inside his studio. I had the easy part. I just have to go around looking for Sasquatch and smelling bad. That's easy. But him, man, he made it look all together. And it's a lot. It's really funny. Like we filmed a bunch of other scenes, and like I had other speaking parts, but it just didn't fit in. So it's really cool to see like what the final product and project is. It's awesome to be a part of, and I love being part of something that's bigger than me. And I hope all you guys are proud of it too. Because you got like I'm like your little brother or like your son, on this YouTube, and hopefully you guys can, cast me along the way. But my birthday is August 28th, and Easter baskets are nice. Christmas, October. If I'm your little brother and your little son, I need gifts too.
And my birthday is in 2 weeks. Woo!
He's the godfather. Eric's the godfather to all of us.
Guys,
and Dr. Wu's the crazy uncle.
Remember, tomorrow I'll have the link up for the normal type of show. And then Thursday, the paranormal news will be back. So share this channel, tell your friends, tell your families, tell your dogs, cats, tell aliens, go into a portal, go to the multiverses, tell them all about the real news. Because we ain't no fucking Kardashians, Fox News breaking news. We talk about the news that can really change this fucking world. UFOs will change the world once it's proven they exist. The ghosts, knowing ghosts exist, proves to the world that your energy goes somewhere once you pass away. Bigfoot will prove to the world that we don't know everything that's out there in the woods, what's out there in the deep sea of the oceans out there. It's out there, and it's going to take all of us to bring it out to you. And hopefully one day we get big enough where we could be the exclusive news for a lot of you people out there. So beyond that, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. And the rest of you, see you Thursday on the Paranormal News.